different traits and stuff and different functions that you should look for when you purchase a dog from different people. First off, whenever you want to see get a dog, you always want to look at the parents. If the parents ain't there, to me, which I ain't really bought a dog for nobody in years, but if the parents not there, automatic no dog. You don't want to buy no puppy from or a puppy from somebody and you don't even get a chance to see what the parents look like. That's a automatic no no. You should, if you can, if they're available, they're always available. Most of the time, if they breed, they should be available, depending on the age of the dogs. But if you can, see the parent and see the grandparent, if you can, or at least a grandparent. If they don't have both, you know, some people they might use bring to another dog that's off the yard or whatever. But at least try to see the parents and the grandparents, or maybe a dog from a previous litter that it had, or just somewhere, somebody along the family line, so you can kind of get an idea of what your dog gonna be full grown. And I'm not talking about just size. I'm talking about how he acts, what he gonna capable of acting for. That's one of the first biggest things that you always look for. Secondly, you want to pick a dog that suits you. Um, you know what you do in your everyday lifestyle. Now, got a little cold, but going away. It ain't cold. But anyway, um, you're gonna pick a dog that suits you. Of course, when you go picking out a dog, like pretty much maybe 6 weeks when you first see him, and you might not be picking a dog until about, I mean, 8 to 10 weeks. That's when a lot of puppies are able to they get the second set of shots around 8 weeks, so you can pretty much sell a dog at that point. So around 8 to 10 weeks, you're probably going to pick the puppy up. Now, when you're looking at these puppies, is just a bunch of dogs probably jumping around, barking, licking. Some of them may be scratching, maybe some might be nibbling on you a little bit. They just puppies. They playing around. They doing what they do. Now, when you're picking out a puppy, depending on what you're looking for, you might be looking for just a companion. You could be looking for a working dog, a protection dog. You could be just looking for a great, excuse me, all around dog. Now, when you're looking out these puppies, a lot of people when they want working dogs or stuff like that, protection dogs, they looking for the most aggressive puppy in the litter. That's how a lot of people pick dogs. But see, it don't always go that way. Now, don't get me wrong, some puppies can be aggressive from puppyhood all the way to adulthood. When you get some puppies that's aggressive as puppies, and then when they start getting older, they start mellowing down a lot. So it's kind of 50-50. You don't really kind of know what you're going to get. That's why I say it's a good idea if you can, which I think you should be doing, is trying to see the parents. You're trying to see any dog that's off that line so you can kind of get an idea what this dog going to be. Uh, Me, personally, I pick the laid out, I mean, not the laid out, the laid back, chill dog out the litter. I don't really pick the dogs that's jumping all up on you. I don't pick the most aggressive dog. Because in real life, in 8 weeks old, you don't really know who the most aggressive puppy is. No way. Uh, they just not really starting to really run around and really get outside and exploring the world themselves. So you don't really know what the most aggressive dog gonna be in the litter because they might react a certain way in that box, but when they get outside in the world, like in the grass area in front of your house, backyard, stuff like that, dogs can react differently. Some dogs are just used to being in that box. Some dogs want to explore and they cool pretty much wherever they at. They got the confidence to be good outside or act the same way outside and inside the box, whatever. Because some dogs that get routinely train his dog to do. Once he settled in with you and kind of got an idea what your lifestyle gonna be, then that dog kind of operate his life around your life. You know the ins and outs, what to do, what not to do, because you've been on them since you're a puppy. You know certain rooms not to go into, and you know what rooms that you can probably go drink water out of. You probably can drink out the toilet. There's all kind of different things that your dog will be used to that you have to train your dog on too. He's not gonna naturally just know and come to your house like, oh yeah, the parents are smart. He's just gonna know not to use the house. No, you got to put the work in to house train the dog, and so he know what to do and what not to do. Uh, Thirdly, I mean, I might, I don't even want to say numbers, but you want to get a dog that's structurally uh, fit, that's structurally together. That's one of the most important things, also because that's the movement of the dog. You want a dog that's gonna be able to run and uh, jump over fences or whatever how your dog doing when you doing different activities and that involve him actually moving. Um, you want a dog that's not easty westy. You want to try to now as far as masters go, um, that's one issue that you might see a little more than others because a lot of people don't breed with structure, and which is shocking. You like I say, a lot of people that's something that kind of uh, bypass them. I guess they something that they don't really think about. They think about everything else. If the dog is aggressive, or if the dog a certain weight, or head size, and things like that. But you want a dog that's structurally fit. You want a dog that's straight up from feet, straight front paws, straight. You don't want a dog that's cow hocked in the back. Uh, you don't want a dog that's got hip dysplasia with parents and stuff that this puppy came from that's known for having hip dysplasia, stuff like that. Because it's not always hereditary. Hip dysplasia can actually be caused by you. The way that you keep your dog, what you keep in your the flooring that you keep in your dog's on. You got puppies on slippery surfaces growing up. There's a chance that you can have a dog with bad hip. Uh, Also, overfeeding your puppy at an early age, giving them too high of a protein diet can cause your dog to grow a little too fast, and then he start knuckling over. You don't know what knuckling over is? That's when your dog joints kind of they start bending because he's growing so fast that his body can't keep up. So his limbs are starting to bend over because the ligaments aren't strong enough to keep his frame up. So you don't want to overfeed, especially when you're dealing with mastiffs. You want to kind of keep them as lean as you possibly can until they get a little about a year and a half, and then you can start really putting on a little bit more extra food on them. But you always want to keep the mastiff breeds a little bit leaner on the leaner side because they grow pretty fast, but you don't want a mastiff to grow too fast. You want to get them to grow at a nice constant uh, slow pace because a mastiff is gonna be big regardless. It's in their genetics to be a big dog, so you ain't gotta stuff a dog to be huge. It's in them. It's in the genetics. They've been big for hundreds of years, and they gonna continue to be big. That's just how it goes. Um, but yeah, that's something that you want to stick. That's something that you want to stay away from. Because a lot of people get excited when they purchase big dogs or they see them. Oh, this dog gonna be huge. I gotta do all I can, and that's fine. You want to give your dog a good quality dog food, but you, as a puppy, you want to stay away from foods with uh, too high of a protein percentage, like dog foods that's in the 32, 34 percentile in protein. things that you want to look out for when you purchasing these dogs. Another thing, socialization. You want to get your dog. Now, don't get me wrong. If you looking for a protection dog, you don't want this dog around everybody. Don't get don't get twisted. I already know you want this dog's protection, not lick everybody that walk up on you. But that don't mean that this dog can't see different people. Now you don't need everybody in the world walking up and petting your dog. It's something totally different. But he can see people because you don't want him being in a different environment and he shook up over the tree shaking, or that car riding hares honking the horn, or that fire hydrant because he never seen one before. You gotta socialize your dog. You gotta let your dog see kids playing, see people walking up down the street, so they don't freak out when if something the simplest little thing happens. You know what I'm saying? It's not really them naturally. It's just the fact that if you don't take the time out to socialize dog, they've never seen it before. So that's just how they gonna react. They ain't never seen it. Just like you. You've seen something that you never seen that's just gonna be scary to you, depending on what it is. It's gonna be scary if you've never seen it. Same thing with a dog. They've never seen it before, so it's that suspicion of what it is. So you want to socialize your dog. You want to get your dog used to being around other dogs and stuff like that. If you're gonna keep dogs like in packs, or if you're a person who y'all might take your dogs out together, or you got a buddy that got a dog, you take the dogs out together, and kind of want to get your dog socialized because you don't want to have your dog get with the other dog and that's a big fight and stuff like that because only thing he knows is that yard, and he's so dominant that if you take him out and bring him around another mix, so a lot, especially with males where's a little iffy. I never had two males together. After a certain age, after about 8 months, it's kind of over with. I don't really keep two males together at that point because it's too much of a dominant thing. Trying to see who the more dominant dog and it's fights and stuff like that. So I just kind of stay away from that. Now, male and female, that's all good. Even a female, like my females get along perfect. But the females been together their whole life, you know what I'm saying? Like especially right now, I got two puppies that's pretty much a few months apart from each other. So they've been around each other since they was puppies, so they know each other. I want to keep them that way because I want to be able to do stuff with those dogs together and not separate because I'm worried about them fighting each other. Uh, so definitely do as much socializing as you can. Like I said, if you want a protection dog, people don't actually have to come up and walk it. I mean, pet your dog. They ain't gotta touch him. You just want them to see him and just know, like, okay, these people walking past are okay. They're not a threat. Now, if anybody walk up on you and run up on you like a threat, then this dog needs to react. You need to know the difference between just a person walking past saying hi about his business and that person that's running up on you trying to actually do harm. When you socialize, not just walking your dogs alone, that's without even training for protection. That's the first step. Socialization is when you walking your dog so you can get to see all these different things going going on in the world around him. So he's not fearful when he get out here. And then he gets to learn, like I say, he learns the difference between what's a threat and what's not a threat. One of the most important things in the world. Uh, Also, uh, now, this is another go back to seeing a parent. This is why you want to try to get the most healthiest uh, dogs that you can. So you want to see the parents to see how healthy and what issues these dogs actually have or are capable of having. Even if the parents don't directly have it, or it's not actually, you could have to actually physically see it, they still can carry different traits that can carry on to little puppies. And it might not even happen in the first generation, it can happen in the second. Uh, them just things that you want to look out for. Every dog, like I say, ain't no dog perfect, and you're gonna have uh, the different problems. It might be but it might be times when you don't have problems. And if you don't, it's not fixable, but it's gonna cost you a lot of money. Like when you run into dogs with hip dysplasia, yeah, you go get the surgery, but it's gonna cost a lot of money. I think it's starting off at like $3,000 or something like that. Yeah, it costs a lot. I never had to get a dog hip replaced, but I know of some people who have. The cherry eye thing, that's fixable. Because you can get that removed. But like I say, I don't know if it's a thing where it's constantly, I heard that it constantly comes back every now and then or whatever like that. But you can get that removed. Now, when you're dealing with the heart issues and like deafness, and that's nothing you can fix. That dog is like that, and whatever's gonna happen with him, that's what's gonna happen with him. There's pretty much nothing you can probably do about it. So, and that hurt when you spend a decent amount of money on the animals, and he really don't even have them that long. Um, and that's why it's so important. You need to know all these things when you're dealing with with the bigger dogs. Some dogs naturally, uh, some dogs naturally have health issues that's smaller. But a lot of the big dogs, those are just some of the major problems that you have to look out for. That's some of the immediate issues that you see with the big dogs, especially the hips. The hips, that's the most common thing you're gonna see. That's an issue with the massive. But like I say, it's a matter of just really feeding your dog the proper diet, giving your dog the right amount of exercise, keeping up with the shots, worming, stuff like that. Having dogs is a responsibility. It's like having a kid. Um, they get sick and stuff too. So you gotta always have the money when stuff go wrong because everything ain't not gonna feel like you ain't fine every single day. There's days when you gonna be sick. You might not be sick enough where you gotta go to the doctor. You can probably take care of it at home. But you always want to have some rainy day money just in case. The same thing with dogs. Dogs might get pregnant and can't deliver naturally. So you might have to run the dog to the veterinarian to go get a C-section. Um, that costs. They ain't just doing it. It ain't free. They ain't just feeling sorry for you. Like, oh my God, the puppy's stuck in. Yeah, they might do it. But guess what? It's gonna be a bill. Feel me? It ain't gonna be free. So you always wanna, and they want their money. So you always wanna have some rainy day money. If you gonna really get into the dog thing and really be a breeder, and just really owning the dog here because it's life. At the end of the day, you wouldn't want nobody to not take care of you if you were sick. Uh, and same like I say, same thing with dogs. Yeah, got to spend your money. So obviously, spending money is an investment. I would think you'll care about your investment, so you're gonna take the time out and make sure that your dog is good. But you'll be surprised. There's a lot of people who don't. Um, well, but there's a lot that really comes with the dog game. It's not just throwing these different dog breeds together. It's throwing the right dog breeds together that complement each other. Um, like I say, it's hundreds of different dog breeds out here, and I'm pretty sure it's a dog that fits. But if you're a dog lover, it's a dog out here that fits your lifestyle. Um, just because I might have a colossal mastiff, don't mean you actually ready for one. Like I said, get the dog that you feel like will suit you. The colossal mastiff fit me, of course, because I made it, and it's a big protective dog, smart dog, family oriented dog, uh, everything that you want in a big dog. But another person might not be able to handle the dog just off the size alone. It might be the perfect dog in every other category, but he people don't really realize what it's like having a big dog until you actually have one. There's more food, there's more poop, should I say. Um, they if you keep your dog in the house or if you're keeping a kennel up or whatever like that that you got in the house, he's taking up a little bit more space. He might be if you got your dog on your couch with you, he all over your couch. He pretty much he might be half the couch. So a lot of that space and comfort that you're used to having with that big mastiff around, uh, he's definitely gonna uh, play his part in your life. So you definitely want to make sure that that is something that you willing to give part of your life to. You know what I'm saying? So make sure when you buy these dogs that you buy a dog that's suitable, a dog that's because everybody don't have big families. Everybody don't live in a farm type or urban neighborhood. Some people live in the downtown area where there's a lot of big buildings. It's kind of a fast paced kind of life. Or some people live on the countryside where they pretty much home for the most part. They might work, but they just need a dog that's gonna protect the farmland and protect the property. Everybody don't live the same way, so everybody don't need a dog for the same purpose. And I think that's something that a lot of people out here they gotta understand that everybody is different. Everybody don't have the uh, same needs with these dogs. Like me, I don't stay in like the countryside, even though Phoenix is not the city, but at the same time, it's not really the country either. It's kind of in the middle. So I don't have pigs and cows and chickens and stuff like that. Like I said, we do have coyotes and raccoons and skunks and stuff like that. But I don't have uh, animals where my dogs have to protect from wild animals coming and killing chickens and stuff like that. You got to worry about people breaking in and stealing your cars and stuff like that. So I need a real uh, man eating dog in real life. I mean, not to really put it out there like that, but yeah, I mean, in Chicago, that's pretty much what people do. If they really want what you got, they will do anything to get it. So you want you a dog that's, regardless of what this person got, that's going to put his life on the line to protect you. And that's what the Colossal Mastiff is. That's what the Colossal Mastiff is bred to be all these years. The ultimate mastiff dog. A lot of these mastiffs nowadays sit there and let the people take their stuff and help them out the house. A lot of these English mastiffs, you got some Ormos like that. You got a lot of these different breeds, but at the same time, you got a lot of breeds that represent themselves too. But it's just not a lot of those. A lot of those dogs nowadays. There's a lot of people that's just breeding dogs just for the name and ain't really breeding for the functionality of what the dog's supposed to be. Uh, well, I'm gonna work on this. But anyway, like I said, man, when you're dealing with these dogs, just breed for a purpose. Um, breed for a dog that actually got a job to do. No matter if it's a CNI dog, a dog that's uh, protecting the home. All these dogs can do a dog that you might have uh, riding a wagon to the store every day. Hey, just give your dog some kind of job because at the end of the day, that's what you want anyway. Dogs don't want to be on the chain or locked up in the cage 24/7. They want to be with you. They want some kind of job to do themselves, just like you get up and go to work or whatever you do. do. You don't sit in the bed all day. You get up and stretch your bones and get out there and get yourself active. Your dog want to do the same thing. You actually gonna develop your dog better that way, mentally and physically, because your dog is getting the exercise that he needs to stretch out, build the muscle that the dog is supposed to have, and also get him used to seeing different sceneries and different scenarios when he out there outside your yard. So, like I say, man, I don't want to be talking all day. I know it's already 30 minutes. Then I'm just trying to do something. I'm at work bored or whatever like that, man. But, like I said, I'm going to keep these little rants going. We can have uh, dog talk. Hit me up, comment. Hit me up on Facebook, Lamone Coleon. I'm on Instagram too, same thing. Uh, like I say, hit that subscribe button. Uh, that's what I'm saying. I ain't trying to get paid off YouTube or nothing like that. I'm literally just trying to give a little knowledge. Because that's what people in the dog community should do. Share knowledge with each other, network with each other, help each other out, man, and not downplay each other. Just try to get people on the same page and just trying to build or make the most close to perfect dog that you can. And that's really what this whole thing is about. But anyway, get back to work, chill out a little bit, probably watch a little movie or something. I'm headed 3 in the morning, so I got a long